The three-language formula is back into headlines with the CBSE making certain updates to its curriculum. So in this session, let us try and understand what those updates are and why are certain states opposing them. Hello everyone, welcome to Drishti IAS. My name is Saloni Nandkyolier. Let's get started. Now before we do that, very quickly I'll tell you that we have this course for you, which is the Studio GS Foundation live online course. Now this course is your complete UPSC preparation toolkit because you are getting a complete coverage of your UPSC prelims and mains in 14 months. You have 1250 plus hours of classes, printed class notes, live chat facility during the classes, 3 mediums that you can choose from, Hindi, English and Hinglish, and all of this you are getting at 34,999. And you can also get a further discount on this fee if you use a coupon code, which is SALONI, Saloni, all in capital letters only, and you can get an additional discount on this fee. So don't wait, admissions are already open. For any more information, please call us at 87501, 87501, and you can also download the Drishti Learning app. Moving on to our discussion. So the CBSE has introduced some changes in its curriculum to keep it aligned with the National Education Policy of 2020. So what are those changes? The change over here is that the three-language formula that we have, the three-language formula will now be applicable from class 6 to class 10. Class 6 to class 10 students will have to learn 3 languages, R1, R2 and R3. There has to be 3 languages, there have to be 3 languages that have to be learned by students from class 6 all the way till class 10. Earlier it was mostly taught in mid-school only, and then post that a lot of students used to drop the third language. But now this is going to continue till class 10th. They'll have to learn 3 languages, and they will also have to have effective communication skills in the third language so that they can carry on their day-to-day conversations in this. They can effectively communicate in the third language also. So this is one change that has been introduced, that the three-language formula will now continue for students from class 6 to class 10. And out of these 3 languages, 2 have to be Indian. 2 languages have to be Indian and 1 can be non-Indian. This is being done to keep it aligned with the National Education Policy of 2020, which talks about this 3-language formula. However, there are certain states, southern states, that are actually opposing this because they feel that this is an indirect push for Hindi. There is a compulsion that has been made. It's an indirect compulsion basically on them that they must accept Hindi. They must accept Hindi. Now, thing to note over here is that does NEP 2020 say that Hindi has to be included in those 3 languages? No. So if we talk of the NEP 1968, NEP 1986, and finally we have NEP 2020. So this 3-language formula was originally introduced in NEP 1968, where it was said that 3 languages will have to be learnt by students. Now again, Hindi was not made compulsory, but it was said, it was encouraged that the non-Hindi speaking states will accept Hindi. They will keep Hindi as their third language, and the Hindi speaking states can have some of the other languages, other southern languages, non-Hindi languages as a part of their curriculum. So Hindi was encouraged over here. Hindi was encouraged over here also. NEP 86 also, not formally mandate. It was not made mandatory that you have to learn Hindi, but it was encouraged. And that is why this strong sense of disappointment came in from the southern states, that they felt that it was being strongly imposed onto them, indirectly imposed onto them, because not a lot of practical options were left for them. And then in 2020 also, it was said that no, Hindi is not a compulsory language that you have to learn, and we are not also indirectly encouraging anybody to learn Hindi. Here in both these cases, it was said that ideally the non-Hindi speaking states pick up Hindi and the Hindi speaking states pick up some non-Hindi language. But here no such thing has been said. It is simply been said that 3 languages have to be there, but 2 languages have to be Indian. Then what is the issue? The first issue over here is that the states feel that there is not a lot of practical option that they can choose from. When we say that two languages have to be Indian, and then what are the list of options that you would have? Like schools might have very limited list of options that they can offer to their students, and then they might end up choosing Hindi only because they are in a shortage of options that they can provide. And then all these different schools, if they start offering all multiple different languages, then also that is going to be an issue. So in order to maybe maintain cohesion also, a lot of schools might just end up choosing Hindi as their third language because they do not have a lot of practical options to choose from. One is that issue. Secondly, some states already have a two-language formula. Okay, there are some states that already have a two-language formula, wherein they are teaching their students English plus their regional language. Okay, so we know that education is a subject of the concurrent list. Both the states and the center can make laws on it. That is why there are certain states that are already following the two-language formula. And now when we talk about the three-language formula, they feel again it's like an imposition onto their way of dealing with things. Now when a regional language has been included, Tamil has been included, then what else is going to be the third language? So again, they might just have to end up choosing Hindi. So this is also something, this is being seen as a compulsion that they already have a two-language formula and now they are being imposed with a three-language formula. However, because this is a subject of the concurrent list, there is no direct imposition over here. States are still free to choose whatever they want to choose and the way they want to continue with their education policies in the state. But the CBSE affiliated schools definitely will be following the updated curriculum, wherein three languages will have to be followed by the students of class 6th to 10th, and a third language will have to be introduced over here from 6 to 10. So the CBSE affiliated schools will follow this, and then also this can lead to certain certain issues of tussle, wherein the CBSE affiliated schools have three languages, the state boards have two languages. That can also lead to some disagreement or some sort of a fragmentation that we see in the education system of the state. So these are certain issues that are being highlighted, that we already have a two-language formula and we do not have a lot of practical options that are there. But technically speaking, the law does not impose Hindi onto anybody, or nor does it encourage Hindi to be imposed onto any of the non-Hindi speaking states. It simply says that two of the three languages have to be Indian and one can be non-Indian. So that was all for the discussion. I hope you were able to understand this issue. Now we will look at a practice question for prelims. With reference to the language policy in education in India, consider the following statements. 1. The National Education Policy 1968 introduced the three-language formula for the first time. 2. The National Policy on Education 1986 made Hindi compulsory for all students across India. 3. The National Education Policy 2020 mandates that students must learn Hindi as one of the three languages. Choose the correct statements. A. 1 only, B. 1 and 2 only, C. 2 and 3 only, or D. 1, 2 and 3. Please attempt this question and provide your answers in the comment section. Thank you for watching.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.